Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolyn and this is my channel, Carolyn Stitches, a Flosstube channel about cross stitch. Occasionally I may share some other of my crafts, like if I quilted or crocheted or did any knitting, but it is 99% cross stitch. Today is Friday, December 31st, 2021, the last day of the year, and I wanted to film my annual WIP parade. Kind of like, and WIP is a work in process. It's kind of like a stopping point or an end point, a checkpoint for me at the end of the year to show which projects I have open and where I am on those projects, to give me an idea, you know, if I go back and look at it, how did I start the year and where did I end up the following year? So this video will be majority a WIP parade. I have a stack over here of WIPs. I normally never have this many WIPs, but I was on vacation this past week and I felt like starting a bunch of things. So practically every other day I started something new and worked on it for about 2 days. And I think I have all the new ones at the top of the stack. I will share the new ones with you first. I also have some starts and finishes since my last video at the beginning of December. And I'm going to share with you one plan. So let's do everything first and then we'll do the WIPs. I have a fully finished, it's a previous finished, fully finished. I got it back from the framers, and it is Raise the Roof Peter Cotton Knits. I just had this framed. I don't recall which fabric it's on. If you're interested, I can go look it up. And then I have all the buttons sewn on it. But this is Raise the Roof Peter Cotton Knits. Just got it back from the framers. So I'm ready for it for Easter. Very cute. The next fully finish I have, it's a new start and a full finish. It is the Hands-On Design Mystery Cookie Exchange. It's on the called for fabrics with the DMCs. So that is finished. That was a very fun stitch, very cute stitch. I have the paddle to finish it and the rickrack and stuff. I know how I want to finish it, and I did intend to do some finishing this week, but I mostly focused on cross stitch. So this is in the pile of to be finished. And then also, I bought the Under the Sea advent box from Under the Sea Fabrics. And it was 25 days. Every day was a little package, and as you opened each day, there was 4 patterns in there. I finished one, I started another, and I have another set aside. One I did give away. It was an Autumn Lane one, and it was I still can't figure out what it was. I think it was some kind of alien, but I gave that away to somebody who really, really wanted it, so I gave that to them. But I did finish one. I have another started, and then the third one I have, and it's in the stack. So when I get to those, I will share. But the one that I finished is Underwater Christmas Orney by Meridian Designs. It's on a sleigh. Quick little stitch. And then this is stitched with Krynic, some star, but she did send us a little star here to finish it up. And then we also have the sleigh to finish it. So once again, another quick little finish. Just got to do it. If I sat in my room and finished it. Don't really have any haul to share. I mean, I do have haul, but I wasn't pulling it out. Plans for 2021 is going to be my WIPs. I thought about, I think in my last video I talked about it. I was talking about how was I going to approach 2022 and plans. Was I going to just focus on like 1 month WIPs, next month a designer, next month WIPs, next month a designer, or was I going to do like 1 month's a designer, the next month's a different designer? And I was like, scrap that. Nah, don't feel like it. I'm going back to Stitch and House Me. I'm going to stitch what I want. And each month I'm just going to pull something out of my WIP pile here and stitch on it. And if I feel like starting something new, I'll start something new. I do want to work on these WIPs, and then if I did focus some time, I'll get them done. But it's been fun starting a bunch of new stuff. One thing I do have planned for 2021 is a temperature butterfly. It's by Birdie's Crossing on Etsy. And it's not that other butterfly where it's got like 12 butterflies and you outline them, you fill them in colors. No, this, I'll try to insert a picture, but I'll show it real quick. It's just a big butterfly. And you just kind of, however you want, follow the outline of the butterfly around and fill in your colors. So I'm going to do that for 2022. God, should I keep saying 2021? 2022. I'm going to do that for next year. And I looked up our temperature ranges here, our highs in South Florida, and it doesn't vary that much. I think I checked out last year, the historical high was like 94, and the lowest high, I want to say that I could find was like 60 degrees as the high. We don't range that much, but we have a lot of days where days on end, it can be 84, 83, 84, 83, 84, 83 for like a week. And I don't necessarily want to have a range of colors because it could just be a solid thing of color. If I say this color represents 2 to 4 degrees or something. So I came up with a range of temperatures from 58 degrees to 98 degrees Fahrenheit. And I picked a color for each degree. And I did it as my hottest. 98 degrees is going to be the deepest reds, burgundies I can find, shadowing into oranges, shadowing into yellows, into greens, into blues, and when we get down into like 58, 59 degrees, that'll be purples for us. We don't get many of those days. Today's supposed to be, what is it, December 31st, and I think they said, oh, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be like 83 degrees outside. So that's why I wanted a different temperature, a different color for each degree of temperature. That way my butterfly at least has some color range in it. I have a feeling it is going to be predominantly orange and yellow with very little green. So we'll call it a monarch. Maybe I'll go back and outline it and make it look like a monarch. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like when it's ready. Okay, WIP parade. Let's get into it. I'm going to do the new starts first, and these are in no, I'm trying not to let it fall down. These are in no particular order. You will hear zipper bags because if I had all this out, it'd be a mess. So this first one, oh, and this is the project bag we got in the Under the Sea Advent calendar. Really cute project bag. First one is Brooks Books Advent Animals, and I know I talked about this on a prior video. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it on different fabrics, same fabric, one piece, multiple pieces, but I was down at the cross stitch cupboard over the past month, and I found this gorgeous piece of gingerbread Aida, 14 count gingerbread Aida. And we are doing it as one piece. So I got one finished, which is the cat. So I will do 5 across, 5 down, and we got the cat as the first one. Okay. I have another bag over here. I'm throwing them in. That was a new start. And another new start is From the Heart, Quaker Bells. And this one I am doing on a 25 count green Lugana, 1/1. And I substituted the flosses with Victorian Motto floss. Sorry, they're not pretty. I have Cherry Pie, green spruce and golden oak basket. So I substituted the flosses. And this is 1/1 on a green Lugana. And that's a new start. And that's how far I've gotten on that one. This one, I just had to finish the big top motif and some little motifs. So that one's about halfway done. Okay. And I have a new start. This is a new start with Vicky, the Virginia Stitcher. And we started this on winter solstice, December 21st. It is the Winter Queen by Mirabilia. I think Janet Jabber also just pulled her Winter Queen out to stitch on. I'm trying to find the little card. I'm trying to keep these little cards in with every project. And I have written on it the designer, the pattern name, the fabric, when I started it, and if I did any floss modifications, and if I'm doing a stitch along, who I'm doing a stitch along with. So this is on a 32 count Jobeline in Summer Sky. And I still have this one on the Q-Snap. So I started in the middle, and I'm working on this giant skirt of white. I think I worked on her for 2 or 3 days. Just to get a start on her. I didn't realize how much white was in here. It should have been a clue when the thing says like buy 7 skeins of white, but it's so much white. So I was getting through this white and trying to get over here to some color. So my plan when I get back to this one is to work on some white and then try to stitch some color. Work on white and try to stitch some color just to break it up some. So that's my Mirabilia. And I have a bag over here I'm putting everything in so I don't have a mess. I forgot to put, I gotta get organized. I left a pattern piece out. I gotta put that away or I'll lose it. Next new start is Hands-On Design. Let's Talk Winter. And this one I am doing on 28 count linen by Needle Bling called WAPO, W-A-P-O Blue, 2/2, called 4 DMCs. So that's Let's Talk Winter. That was a new start also. Love this one on this color. My plan is to do all of these Let's Talk ones. Let's Talk Winter, Let's Talk Spring, Let's Talk Summer. I already did Let's Talk Autumn. And I am going to do them all on a fabric color other than the black chalkboard fabric that it calls for. Okay. Next new start. Oh, I love this one. I love this new start. This one is Glendon Place Hungarian Folk Art number 3. You will hear some crinkle on this because I do have it in plastic. Hungarian Folk Art number 3 by Glendon Place. I saw this model, and it might have been the same model. I saw this stitched up at the finished model stitched at Brick City Cross Stitch in Ocala, Florida. I think Cheryl from Glendon Place and Jean, who owns Brick City, they're friends. Because I know Jean carries a lot of Glendon Place. I think Cheryl gets her items framed at the frame shop next door. But this was on display and it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It is stitched, I'm using the called for sulkies, 12 weight petite sulky. You just take it off the spool as is and use one strand as it comes off the spool. Very easy to work with. And I'm stitching this on called for 28 Lugana opalescent white fabric, and that is my start. Love it, love it. And it has a lot of beads. Not a lot, yeah. It's got beads. I'm not really going to say it's a lot, but it does have beads. I just keep it in the plastic bag since it's white fabric. I don't want to risk it getting ruined in any way. And next new start, I'm trying to look for that other new start. Okay, next new start. I was working on this one the last 2 days. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to say that about all of these, so we're just going to put that out there now. You're going to hear that a lot. Love it, love it, love it. Cross-stitching art, Celeste. That girl has some leg. This is stitched on 32 count crystal linen in Whimsical. And I stitched for 2 days on that. Got her leg in there, or upper part of her leg, got some thigh, and her hand started. This pattern calls for a bunch of back stitching around the leg and back stitching in here to outline the dress. I'm not thinking it needs it. I think there's a lot of definition. I mean, yeah, I got to back stitch the hand to give the hand definition, but I don't think that leg needs much back stitching, and I don't think I really need to put back stitching in here in the folds of this dress. I don't think you can see it. This is purple. I've started a different part. I think it's like the lining of a cape, and then her dress is teal. So I'm going to do some more stitching and then see, you know, if I really think it needs the back stitching in places that are, you know, not that obvious. I mean, obviously the hand needs it, but I don't think the dress is going to need it. And it calls for a lot of a lot of stitching as it is on the dress here. These are stars. Sorry for the glare. These are all stitched on, I think, with a cry neck, all these stars on the dress. But it's fun. Comes together easily. So that was Celeste. And this one I'm currently working on, new start. It is Sally Snow. It's a stand-up, a limited edition Lizzie Kate kit. I have her other half, Joe Snow, here to do. Here's a kit. I'm using the DMC. The kit comes with all the little things. These are out of print kits. You have to, if you want the Sally Snows, you kind of have to find them on like eBay or a Stash Unload. But the other stand-ups that are like the Halloween ones, some rabbits, some Christmas ones, you can find on 123 Stitch. But Sally Snow is in Joe Snow secondary market. You'd have to find them. They're old. These are from like 2001. And this is stitched on the kit linen. What's it called? Exclusive Cranberry Ice hand-dyed linen. So that's as far as I am. I'm on her cape. She's not exactly white. It called for oatmeal. Is that Gast or Weeks? Calls for oatmeal. Sampler threads. Yeah, oatmeal. So I'm using 712, DMC 712. So she's not exactly white. She's like a little bit of a off-white. I mean, it's looking pretty white there, but she's more like an off-white. So just working on her. Go back to working on her today. So keep that one out. And the last of the new starts. Let's see what's in this bag. Oh, I guess this isn't the new starts. We're getting into some WIPs. Okay, I got 2 WIPs in this bag. The first WIP in this bag is Quaker Fox by the Work Basket. And this is stitched on a 1/1 on a 25 count Lugana. And I'm trying to figure out which way is up. And I believe it's that way. 1/1 on a 25 count green Lugana. And I'm using Victorian Motto sampler threads for the fox, rustic plank and rose hips for the fox, and just called for DMC for the rest of the fox. So that one lives in this project bag. There's another project in this project bag. And the other project in this project bag is Pumpkin Carriage by Owl Forest. I don't have a picture. I think this one is a freebie that you can get off their website. The fabric is a fabric flare linen. I'm not sure the color name, blush something. And that's where I'm at on this. I started this one at a retreat in November and I didn't really get back to it. I'm using the, what are they? Al Forest embroidery flosses. They're hand-dyed flosses. And that's where I'm at on that. Small start. Get back to it. It's a little tiny project bag for 2 projects. I'm gonna have to rethink this. It's getting jammed in there. Okay. Next WIP is what is this called? Moonlight Sampler by the Blue Flower, using called for flosses, called for all the fancy flosses. And I'm stitching this on 32 count Winter Wren by Fox and Rabbit. And this is where I'm at. Same place the last time you saw it. Haven't worked on it. So that's Moonlight Sampler. Trying to do the, I can't see. Love this one. This will come back out to play soon. Oh, I have a stitch along for that. Hashtag Moonlight Sampler SAL on Instagram. If you're stitching this and want to join me, please join me and use the hashtag Moonlight Sampler SAL. Okay, this one is one of my Mosey and Me's. Seasons of Willie. It's the Santa. However, it's not being done exactly as shown in the picture. This was something I found on, it was a kit I found on eBay. It has all these specialty fibers in it, a bunch of different rainbow galleries. It has came with a separate chart to show you, you know, what to stitch where. And I'm stitching this on 7 count Heatherfield or 10 count Heatherfield. And there's the project. I'm still working on his coat. His coat is all these different textured fibers on this giant 7 count, I think it's 7 count fabric, 10 or 7 count Heatherfield. The bag I'm putting stuff in is getting full. Oh, this is a fun one. This is one my mom sent me home with. It is a Maxine kit. There's no place like home. Go there. Hi, Mom. She's watching. This is a kit she sent me home with to stitch. I have all the flosses sorted on a thread drop, floss drop thingy. And I ran out of floss. I have run out of floss twice now. So this is where I'm at. I started Maxine. I stitched this sleeve and this sleeve and ran out of yellow and color matched as best I could, and then did her neck of her shirt. So I figured, oh, it's far enough away. Maybe she's wearing a two-tone shirt. I stitched her hand and I started her face, and I ran out of floss 2 rows before finishing her head. I hope I have enough floss to put this fence in. I'm pretty sure I may have enough blue, I hope. I will have enough blue to do her hair. I hope I have enough blue to do her dress. I really hope I have enough to put this fence in, and I'm not so concerned about the border when I get to the border. But very disappointing that I'm only this far in and I've run out of floss twice. And I'm using the thread down to like the smallest piece of floss that I can use it without it being that natty, gnarly floss after it's being drugged through crunchy, stiff Ada. It's disappointing. So this one is in a timeout for a while. She has another one she wants me to work on, but that's in the WIP pile. I'll go back to it at some point. Okay, let's get into, now I'm getting into my, I can see what I got going on here. Okay, here we go. New start. This was a new start because this was in the, I'm sorry. This was in the Under the Sea Advent box. It is by Barefoot Needle, Snow Place Like the Beach. And as part of the Advent box, they gave you all the fancy floss. Yes, I know it's a beautiful thing here, right? There's Threadworks floss, Gentle Arts, Weeks. Gave you all the fancy floss, beads as part of the little box, finishing, and the fabric. And the fabric is, I don't know what let me see if I kept the little thing of what the fabric is. Whimsical Winter by Under the Sea. I got Jobeline, it's 32 count. It's a very beautiful fabric, and they called for it to be stitched on 1/1. 1/1 on 32 count. No. Nada. Not happening. No. So I did it 2/2 on the 32 count, and I eked it in, and I just need to finish it up. I need to finish up, what do I need to finish up? I need to finish up the water and the sand over here. I need to put the words in, finish up the snowman. And so the finishing kit that they sent, is for it to be 1/1. It won't work for me since I did it 2/2. But I do like it a little better on the 2/2. The 1/1 with all this tight full coverage stitching, it just didn't, I didn't like it. It didn't look good. It was too small for me to do 1/1 on 32 count. It was way too small. And then I didn't like the way the stitches all look jammed in there. So I'm liking this better. I will finish it up, and then I'll finish it somehow. Okay. And then the other pattern that came in the Advent box, I haven't started this yet. You got beads, Krynic, you got finishing materials, beautiful dinky dye floss. The fabric is 28 count Ice Princess Lugana. Gorgeous fabric, and the pattern is by Meridian Designs, and it's a retro Christmas ornament, a little tree. So I will stitch this one up. It's cute. I think this one is 2/2. Yeah. So I'm going to stitch that one up. That one's cute. I'm just keeping it all together. So when I finish the other one, I'll finish this one. And then, like I said, the fourth one, I gave that one away. It was Autumn Lane Stitchery. I think it was an alien. I don't know. I honestly don't know what it was. But somebody was very excited. I saw on Facebook post somewhere. Somebody was really super excited about it and wanted to see if they get their hands on it. And I was like, here you go, Merry Christmas. Okay. WIPs. We have Hello Kitty Surprise. I'll have to insert a picture. I'm sure everyone's probably seen this by now. It's by the Witchy Stitcher. And this is on a piece of 32 count linen ancient. Hello Kitty Surprise. That's got étoile in it. Yeah, the candy cane on top of his head. The candy corn on top of his head. The outline of his face is étoile. Okay. Oh, this isn't a WIP, but it's just it's kitted project. Spring and summer kitted with their fabrics. So, not necessarily a WIP, it's just kitted, waiting for me to finish the other ones and start that. Okay, oh, this is an old one. Janet Jabber. This is I think it's Raise the Roof. 1 second. Yeah, Raise the Roof Designs, Crabby All Year. I will insert a picture here. I don't have it in the project bag because this is, I have it set aside separately. This is one that a few years ago, I was doing one of those get to know Stitcher type things on Instagram. I say it was like 2018, maybe 2019. And they said, post your unicorn pattern was one of the prompts one day. My unicorn pattern was the Crabby All Year by Raise the Roof, out of print and everything. Couldn't find it. Or if you could find like 1/4 of it. And Janet at Janet Jabber, this long before she had her video or anything, she posted, says, I have it if you'd like it. And I was like, oh, that's so wonderful. She was so sweet. And that started, you know, how we got to know each other. And shortly after, she started posting videos. I have this much done on it. I have the pattern set aside because it was, you know, it was given to me by somebody and I'd like to pass it along. I think, pretty sure, Janet, you said I could pass it along, but I will double check with you when I'm done with it. So this is where I'm at, Crabby All Year. I still have to do a lot of back stitching here in the taxes one, but I'm waiting on that until I'm done stitching. This is a hand-dyed linen, coffee linen. I think it's 32 count. Coffee tea dyed linen. I coffee tea dyed it. So that's where I'm at on this one. April, May, June. So I'll get back to that. And all the ones that are in nice project bags out of the way. Okay. I got a stack. And this one, oh, this one is Tempting Tangles. Pretty sure it's Tempting Tangles. Where's the cover? Yep, Tempting Tangles, the Great Cheshire Pumpkin. And this is stitched on 28 count, picture this plus, dapple linen. And that's where I am on that. Using the DMCs. Everything is pretty much going to be DMC, going to be called for DMC unless I state otherwise. everything's 2/2 unless I kind of state otherwise. That's pretty much how I stitch. This is a Mirabilia Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy. It's a kit. It came with Classic Colorworks Fancy Floss. Yes, I'm so organized on my flosses. That's how I keep them. And it is on the kit linen. And that's where I am with that one. Okay. Barbara Anna Designs. This is the 4 Seasons. I'll have to insert a picture. It is a kit from Nitka out of Russia. They send you a kit. It's only exclusively available through a kit. Oh, no, here's a picture. 4 Seasons. And I'm stitching each one of these on a separate piece of fabric. The kit comes with the floss and it comes with linen. So you can stitch all 4 of these in a row on the linen that it comes with. I didn't do that. I'm stitching them individually. There they are again. And there's also, when you buy the kit, there's a code on the pattern that allows you to access on their website, and you get 4 bonus patterns. Somewhere in this stack, I'm sure we'll come across it. You get 4 bonus patterns, which are like 2 cats and 2 dogs, one representing the season. So I think it's like an autumn cat, a winter dog, spring cat, and a summer dog. So you get a little bonus pattern for the 4 seasons. But I'm stitching this on individual fabrics. I'm going to stitch them each one individual. This is on a 32 count Jobeline, one of a kind, by Fantasy Dyed Fabrics off Etsy. I haven't seen her dye in a long time. But I started with autumn, and that's where I am in autumn. Love this fabric. This fabric's gorgeous. Fantasy Dyed Fabrics. She's dyed some beautiful fabrics, and I have quite a few of hers. I wish she would start dyeing again. Okay. This one I did work on. Since the last video, I did work on this one. And this is I'm a Stitcher by My Big Toe. Trying to find the cover. There it is. I'm a Stitcher by My Big Toe. So I'm a Stitcher. And I hoard, can't even close the closet door, under the bed, in the drawers, taking over all the floors. And it's very cute. I'm using some of the called for flosses, but I did substitute some colors. I have some weeks in here. Some of these are called for, but for my variegated, for my letters, I'm using a color, DMC Color Variations 4025. And this is stitched on 32 count linen by Seraphim Fabrics in Summer Storm. And since the last time you've seen this, I finished letters, bringing the letters up to the top and started the border. So that's where I'm at on that. Sorry, nothing's ironed. These are all sitting in their project bags I wasn't getting. I got stuff to do today. I got wallpaper. I gotta clean litter boxes. I gotta go back to taking down my 1980s wallpaper. I didn't have time to take all these out and iron them. Okay, so this is the bonus pattern that came with the 4 Seasons Girls. This is Autumn Cat, and this is on this Artiste 32 count merino care blend fabric rust. Got this at Hobby Lobby. And I'll have to insert a picture of Autumn Cat, but that's where I am with Autumn Cat. Kind of looks like my little spirit, my little calico. And what else is in this bag? Oh, there's just a kit. There's just something. Some project bags do double duty. This one's got double duty, but it has another project in here kitted up. Can't show it because it's the printed pattern, a PDF of the printed pattern, or my working copy or something. Jardin Privé Halloween. I'm stitching on 28 count. Picture this plus linen Midas. Loving this one. A lot of Halloween stitches. I like Halloween. My house at Halloween puts out a lot of stitches. Okay, sorry, some of these bags are gonna get a little noisier. This is Stitcher's Code. There was a stitch along. Stitchinly, Stitcher's Code, Stitch Along, 2019. Picture this plus 28 count Coastal Lugana. I'll have to insert a picture. And this is where I am on this. Okay. Oh, Pringles. Some of these are Mania starts from 2020, I think. Yeah. Little House Needleworks Pringles. Stitching this on 28 count. Picture this plus Vellum Lugana. And this is where we are. The center. So that's what 2022 is going to be. These are all just going to come out in some kind of rotation and get worked on. It's not going to be, you know, this month I work on this and that month I work on that. It's going to be what I kind of feel like working on, because I will work on Christmas, you know, in the middle of February or something. It don't bother me. I'm not seasonal like that. A lot of times when I start to get the urge to stitch on Christmas is like the day after Christmas is when I start sometimes to feel like stitching on Christmas. We'll say that one's the last. Oh, look at these. Some of these are just a kit. That one's kitted. Not started. That one's kitted. Not started. Okay. This is Duna Stitch Cinderella. And it is on just a Lugana, an even weave, probably 28 count. I'm not sure. Kind of had a love-hate relationship with this one. It's not the pattern, it's been the I think it's the fabric I have a love-hate relationship with on this one. So that's where I am with this one. Almost a page finish, or it is a page finish. I don't know. I love it. I love the colors. I think it's the fabric. Something, I don't know. I just seem to have issues when I stitch it, and I do think it's the fabric. Okay. I worked on this one since the last time I saw you. Oh, this one has the messed up bag. This is Dreidel Dreidel by Ink Circles. And I'm doing it opposite. They have it blue stitches on white fabric. And I am stitching it on 28 casual linen, 28 count casual linen in colorway Dwarf. And I'm stitching it with just DMC 52, B5200. Just gotta finish the bottom. Let's see here. This is Bothy Threads. I don't seem to have the original pattern in here. It's a Bothy Threads Cinderella. I substituted out the fabric and I'm stitching on 28 count Lugana hand-dyed fabric by Stephanie, colorway Ocean's Tide. And got like a page done. Almost a page done. Love that fabric. Okay. And then, is this the last one? Nope. Okay. This one. No. I thought I was missing one. Nope, I got two more here. This is Sampler Through the Stones. It's a pattern off Etsy. I'll have to put a picture in. It's the Outlander. It's on a piece of Moon Glow, I want to say, some kind of mystery fabric. I want to say it's 32 count Moon Glow. And that's where I am on that. It's a good size sampler. Through the Stones, Outlander, which the final book, not the final book, the next book finally came out after who knows how many dang years. And I'm going back and for the 9th time and rereading all the other books. So I'm up to Dragonfly and Amber and reading along because I need the story fresh in my mind. And I know there's the series on Stars or whatever, but doesn't quite follow the book. It follows close enough, but not quite close enough. It has deviated. And there's a lot of story in the book that's not in the show. So I'm going back and reading the book. And so I'm in Dragonfly of Amber now, and I'll get through reading them and then I'll read the most recent one. But this is Through the Stones. Okay. This is my big one. You've seen this. This is my ambitious project. This is where I am taking all of the carriage, what are they called? Cottage garden samplings, 12 Days of Christmas. And I downloaded the graph she has on her website to stitch it on one piece of fabric. And I'm stitching this on 32 count linen Patriots Brew by R&R. And this is where I am. I started this at a retreat, I want to say in October. Oh, hold on, Santa's in the way. And that's where I am. Following her graph, and she gives this white border in her chart online, and then tells you how to place, how to space the rest. This is going to be huge, but it's going to look good. And I'm doing it all on one just because they're big. I mean, this partridge in a pear tree, I don't quite call that an ornament, unless you stitch it on, like 40 count or something, or 25 count over one, and it called for it to be stitched on 28 count, 2 over 2, so it just makes it like 7 by 8 inches. that's not ornament size for me. That's pretty big, and to have something that big laying around, might as well just do it all on one big piece of fabric, which I'm doing, and then it'll be framed and it'll go up with all my Christmas stuff. Framed or quilted into a wall hanging. Okay, so the last one in here is my secret stitching, and we're not going to make it secret so more because my parents watched this and it is long overdue. This pattern was supposed to have been done this past year. You do the math. Yeah, this past year. It was supposed to be done in May as a gift for them in May. So surprise, surprise, Mom and Dad. I'm looking for the name of the fabric. And I'm not finding the name of the fabric, but the pattern is a Cooler Anniversary Sampler. And it is on a linen, and that's what I have done. One page. So much blending, so much back stitching. It had to get put away for a while, but at some point I'll finish it. So that was my secret stitching I was working on. So not so secret anymore, Mom. You're seeing it because it's in my WIPs. It'll get done at some point. But there's that one. Okay, that is all of my WIPs. I do have 2 items kitted here. Do I have 2 items? What I got here? What I got going on over here? Maybe I'll start these since they're kitted. Let's see what I got going on here. Okay, I got 2 things kitted. And since they're kitted, maybe I'll start them. This first one that's kitted, oh, this has been kitted for a long time. Cricut Collection Christmas. Got the DMCs all ready to go. And a piece of fabric. I have no idea what the fabric is. 32 count linen. I don't know, it says Hoffman's something blend. Big piece of fabric. Got some interesting dyeing, modeling, whatever it is here. Yeah, maybe I'll pull this one out and do it. See, Christmas is over, and now I'm like, oh, let's start Christmas. So it's Christmas one. I'll keep this out. Maybe this will get started. And then the other one that's kitted is another Christmas. Silver Creek Samplers, my Christmas list. Everyone, a lot of people have done that already. That is all kitted. Oh, I even got thread drops in here. I think Janet gave me these. I think I got these from Janet Jabber, these little thread drops. And this is on 32 count Lugana Cocoa. So I have a piece of fabric for it. Yeah, I'll put these out. That's a lot of words. That should go pretty easy. I'll keep these out to the top. We start those. Okay. That's not bad. About an hour. Thank you for stopping by and joining me. Returning subscribers. Thank you. New subscribers. Thank you. I'm gonna get off of this. I'm gonna put all these WIPs away. I gotta go clean kitty litter boxes. That, you know, first of the month, time to clean kitty litter boxes. I'm gonna go pull down 1980s wallpaper. So we're finally remodeling our bedroom. I don't know what we're doing for the new year tonight. We just may grab a quick dinner somewhere, early dinner. We don't really like to be out on New Year's night. And then I spend the rest of I'm going to start my new year with a lot of stitching. Get ready to go back to work on Monday. But thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you so much for stopping by, spending time with me. Hopefully, maybe I enabled you to do a little shopping somewhere. And my next Flosstube, probably in a couple weeks, will be a regular Flosstube, and I will give updates on, I will get back in the groove of things and give updates on new starts and WIPs, and hopefully I'll have some finishes done because they're piling up again on things I need to finish, and have some more to share with you. So until then, have a very happy new year, and let's look forward to 2022. Bye everyone.